Today's episode is brought to you by Crate Hackers, the DJ's secret weapon for organizing music instantly and building performance-ready crates so that you can spend less time preparing and more time owning the stage. How did you handle doubt and rejection?
It's always a work in progress. You're always going to run into rejections, barriers, issues. That is part of the game.
Is it hard being a DJ?
There's a lot of music that you have to stay on top of. There's pros and cons to the job for sure. The people rejecting us, they're not your customers, never will be your customers.
You should go ahead and click that link right there.
The best ad I think I've ever seen in my life.
Right.
Most parents don't say DJing is a real career, let alone a high-paying one. But what if I told you that DJing could actually make you millions of dollars? Dominick Pirone did exactly that. He went from playing at parties to building a $10 million DJ business empire. He is proof that music isn't just about the beats, it can be a brand, a business, and a movement. Today, we're going to be diving into how he turned DJing into a full-time career, the marketing hacks that helped him scale, and the lessons every young entrepreneur can take away from his journey. Dominick, welcome to the Young Leaders Podcast. How are you doing today?
Doing good. Excited to be here.
Me too. We're going to dive right in today. I'm going to start off with, you are a DJ, which is super cool, but you recently just made over, I think, $10 million in your business. How is that even possible?
Yeah, that is a great question. So I was introduced to DJing by my brother about 8 years ago, and I started doing a lot of private parties and a lot of weddings, and I really fell in love with it. And one of the reasons I fell in love with it is it was a fun job that I could do, that I could make a lot of money in a short amount of time, right? A wedding, we started at $600 to $800 a wedding. Now we're charging $2,000 a wedding. I have some friends that charge $5,000 a wedding.
Wow.
$3,500 a wedding. And yes, it can be stressful, right? Doing the announcements and things like that. But I fell in love with it because I'm a huge music fan. And I love being a part of the big day of, the big celebration day for brides and grooms. And it changed the way I look at money. And because I could work for a 10-hour day and make $1,000, $1,500 in one day, doing something that I loved, and that was super fun, right? Like some weddings I would do for free because they're that fun. Wow. So that's how I got into it, and I never looked back because all the other jobs I had done up to that point, including a massage therapist, gym attendant, server, all those things, not so fun, and not making as much money as I did as a DJ. Yeah.
And is it hard being a DJ?
It can be hard, right? There's a lot of music that you have to stay on top of. There are technical and gear situations that you run into sometimes that can be stressful. There's announcements. You have to be willing to, speak in front of people when you're a wedding DJ, as an example. If you're doing bars and clubs, you don't have to do as much mic work. But yeah, there are some tough things. I also measured how many calories I burn when I'm doing a wedding. And it's very taxing, right? When you're setting up all the gear, it's a hot day, you're setting up the ceremony system, you're setting up the reception system, all of your gear, you're stressed mentally and physically. And, some days I burn 7,500 calories doing a wedding, just from all of the prepping, the load in, the load out. There are some late nights, right? Sometimes I get home at midnight, 1 a.m., 2 a.m. So yeah, there's pros and cons to the job for sure. And then it's tough as you get older, especially, and you start to have a family and you want your weekends back. Most weddings are on Saturday nights, Friday nights, etc. So.
And people think that being in the business of DJ does not make you lots of money, which you've obviously proved otherwise. And were your parents against you being a DJ?
No, my parents are very cool, very blessed to have amazing parents. And they were very up for it because my brother was already pretty successful doing the whole DJ thing. He was a musician his whole life. He can play the piano, the guitar, the trumpet, the drums, and he can sing. And he just naturally fell into DJing as a really good way to pay the bills, right? So any of you musicians out there, DJing is a really good and pretty easy way to something that you can learn pretty easily, right? Going on YouTube and learning how to DJ and making side money, especially for all you musicians out there.
And so you're talking about making it as a side hustle. Can that work for young teenagers?
Absolutely. Oh, absolutely. I think it's a great way for anybody to make side income, especially teenagers. So I'm going to share my screen real quick. I want to show you guys. Here we go. So I'm going to introduce you guys to my friend, Dawson High. So can you see this, Malina?
I do. Yes.
Awesome. So Dawson High, first of all, I had no idea. He has 46,000 followers. That's amazing.
Wow.
Dawson, I think, just turned 18. And he is killing the wedding DJ game. Now, his father introduced him to DJing, so I would always recommend finding a mentor to, take you to weddings so you can learn the ropes. You can see how to set up, how a wedding goes, how to do it. But he started when I think he was 14 years old, and
Wow.
he's charging at least $3,500 a wedding, and he's doing lots and lots and lots of weddings. He's also able to channel his style at weddings, right? He's got the white sneakers on. He's got the red jacket. He even has musicians play along with him at weddings. But Dawson High is a really good example of how it doesn't matter your age. It only matters, can you do a good job for a bride and groom, or any client for that matter, if you want to DJ a party, a school party, a high school graduation, birthday parties, right? You don't always have to start with weddings. You can start with your friend's 13th birthday or 14th birthday, right? Just start doing it for free, right? Just start getting your chops down, right? And testing and getting experience. And then people will start reaching out to you. And once they see you're a really good DJ, they'll start hiring you and paying you money.
That's really cool that you can actually start at such a young age and make so much money on the side. Because that money for that age is like obviously something that people don't think of they come in so easily as well, especially when you're battling school and extracurriculars and hobbies and everything. But that's super, super cool.
There's another kid that I just came across. He is 11 years old, I believe. He started DJing when he was 3 years old.
Wow.
And he is really making a name for himself. He's already performed at festivals, at different, not necessarily nightclubs, but festivals, parties, and things like that. And his specialty is, because his family is Indian, he loves mixing Bollywood music and things like that, and with all the other music. But he really started to create a name for himself because he was so young and such a good DJ, because he started so young. Mm-hmm. So just another little case study that it doesn't matter your age. People, the younger you are and the better the DJ you are, I think it's actually a really good way to get in front of big audiences, because you're just so unique in the space. Most wedding DJs are 50, 60, 70 years old, and we need more young people to do weddings and not be so cheesy and cringe. So
yes, that's true. And I feel like the younger generation actually understands the music better. Depending on who the party is for, where they're DJing, they understand like what music goes well with what, or what type of songs are doing the best right now, the most popular, especially with TikTok and Instagram and YouTube. It's just making things so much more easier than having to look on the radio or having to find all those songs. And you were talking about marketing. You are an expert at marketing as well. How did you use that how did you leverage that to grow your personal brand? Could you tell me all the steps on that?
Sure. So just to backtrack a little bit, and to be clear about this, the $10 million actually came from us selling DJ software to DJs. So my brother introduced me to DJing 8 years ago. At that time, I was teaching myself Facebook ads, Instagram ads, TikTok ads, things like that, right? Fast forward to today, I love DJing so much, I got into the industry. Me and my friends started a DJ software company called Crate Hackers. And that is where that, plus some other membership programs that we put together for DJs to up-level their skills, that's actually how we made the $10 million. So what's interesting about this is there's lots of ways. You don't have to go to a bar, right, as a 12-year-old to make money. First of all, I don't even think that's allowed, right?
Definitely
you
not.
Could. Yeah, definitely not. Exactly. So you can also do things to make money using DJing or music in the online world, right? You could just start posting content on Instagram, TikTok, etc. It's a great way to rack up lots of followers and likes and things like that. And then I have friends who they DJ on Twitch and make money that way. I have a guy who he streams maybe twice a week on Twitch, has been since 2020, so about 5 years. And his Twitch income pays for his house, right? He actually makes money Yeah. Yeah.
That's really
So
smart.
when I'm saying DJing, right, it doesn't necessarily mean you have to go to weddings, right? Or it doesn't necessarily mean you have to do clubs and festivals and all this stuff. You could just be DJing on Twitch and people are going to click on it because you're young, you're different, you've got some swag, you're different than other DJs. And that is really your biggest selling point. So
Okay.
but
Yeah.
to come back to the marketing question, so I personally, my favorite way of getting the word out for our DJ software company is through ads. I am not good at posting content on Instagram, TikTok, et cetera, right? So I gravitate more towards just spending money on ads and then immediately trying to, if I spend $1, I'm immediately trying to make $1 back.
Okay.
So that works for me because I can make 1, 2, 3 videos and just have them work for me overnight, right, as ads. And I don't have to worry about posting once a day or, 3 times a week or things like that. I feel like I can control my destiny better by showing people my videos exactly when I want them to see it using targeted ads on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, etc.
But then when it comes to making the ads, do you have to have a certain amount of viewership or a certain amount of followers, or can you just start immediately? Let's just say someone wants to grow their business and they start at 0 or maybe even 50 followers and they want to grow that. They can just go straight into using ads.
Absolutely. That's one of the beautiful things about ads. You can shortcut needing some giant following or something like that. You can today go to Facebook, sign up for an ad account, get your parents' credit card, put it on there and say, hey, I want to spend $1 a day on ads, $5 a day on ads, $10 a day. But the beauty of ads is you can target the exact people that you want to reach. And the same is true for TikTok, right? Mm-hmm. So let's say, Malina, you want to target, a younger demographic, right? I think you can target people under 18, maybe not.
Maybe.
I'm not super familiar with TikTok, but yeah, you might be able to target people like 16 to 18 on TikTok. And there's other ways to do it so that you can target them. But you can tomorrow or later today be showing people ads for digital products to promote your DJ business. We promote Twitch streams all the time.
Okay.
And yeah, there's so many different ways to go about it. We've even tested out on TikTok, especially selling these DJ necklaces for about $20, $25. These cost about $3 to $4 to make in China. And they're actually functional DJ necklaces that you can disconnect. You can use this it's called an aux adapter. You plug your headphones in there. You can plug it into your DJ equipment. We even have this USB necklace that you can put all your music on this USB and then you can plug it into your DJ software and that's where all your music is. Super useful. Super great to have as backups too. Both of these devices, people love them as backups. Just in case something happens, you've got all your music right here. But the reason we start with promoting those is we want DJs to buy these things and then we have other things to promote to them after they've bought the necklace or the USB necklace on, let's say, TikTok.
Right. And then when it comes to money, when you said like $1 a day, $10 a day, $100 a day, doesn't matter how much you put in. Let's just say if you put only $1 or $2 a day, will it do like a worse job or a less, good job of giving it out to the audience?
Great question. The more you can spend, the better. But what I would say is anything is better than nothing. But yes, the more you spend, like right now we are at about $1,300 a day in ad spend, $50,000 a month. And the reason we can spend that much, Malina, is because of something called funnels. Do you mind if I show you exactly what I'm talking about?
Yes, I love funnels.
Okay, sweet. She knows about funnels. So if you guys aren't familiar with a funnel, funnels are very important because, first of all, it is hard to sell things on using ads on social media. Sometimes people don't love ads, right? So you need to have creative ads that grab people's attention, and then you need to send them to a funnel, not just a traditional website, but a funnel that's going to not only sell them something, but immediately try to make back how much money you spent on the ads. Right. Okay. So, for example, we have a lot of ads that we show DJs in the United States. And I'm going to show you guys this real quick. The very first page we send them to is this page. So we give them a very special offer, right? Your first month for 50% off. We hook their attention they immediately feel understood by, what their problem is, right? They watch our video and then they check out. Now, right now we pay about $40 per customer, right? And you can see here, our Crate Hackers monthly is only $15. So if you spend $40 and you get $15 back, that's no good. You're going to go broke, right?
Right. Yeah.
Just to do some simple math. But here's where the magic of funnels happens. As soon as they check out for this first month for $15, we immediately send them to this page. And this is where the funnel starts to kick in. This is where the magic starts to happen. We tell them, congrats, you're now a Crate Hacker, but please watch this before you dive in. And what we tell them is if they upgrade to our annual plan right now, we're going to knock off $100 off their annual membership fee. So instead of $297, they're going to pay $197, and we're going to give them a really cool hat for free.
Okay.
Out of 10 people, every one person let's say 100 people. Out of every 100 people that buy Crate Hackers, we have about 8 to 10 people who give us $197. And guess what that pays for? Our ad spend.
Right.
So if I'm spending $1,000 today on ads, for example, I'm making about $1,000 back thanks to this upsell right here.
Wow, that's
Does that make
cool.
sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that is an example of like a very simple two-step type of funnel. Now, let's say you're selling some cool DJ necklaces, right? If people come to our website, this is called DJ Style, where we sell our necklaces. Let's say somebody wants this black necklace right here, right? We got the cool black DJ necklace, right? Check this out. When they go to add to cart, guess what? Upsell. Do you want a second necklace for 40% off, just $15? Yeah, of course I do. I want a silver one. Yeah, let's go. So now this is how I can spend $20 and make $40 back, or how I can spend $30 and make $40 back and pay for my ads. So funnels are very, very important. And the best guy to learn from is a guy named Russell Brunson. Just read all of his books. He has audiobooks and they're amazing.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Yeah. I've read one of his books, and the way how he explains it as well, the funnel, how important it is. I feel like the most important part is actually the upsell, because the main thing that you already have is your main product, and then you like add in one more thing, and then that's where you make the extra cash that you need.
It's incredibly important, especially because we started out promoting Crate Hackers with no money, right? So we couldn't lose any money on ads. So if we were going to spend $100 a day, we had to at least make back $100 a day, right? Because we didn't have credit cards, we didn't have we didn't have investors giving us millions of dollars. But it's okay, because anybody can start by understanding funnels, ads, right? Traffic, right? Like just posting on Instagram and TikTok and things like that. YouTube, you can still, you don't have to do ads. You can do organic traffic that way. If you have a proper funnel in place, it's going to change the game for you. And that's how we can spend $1,000, $1,200, $1,300 a day on ads and make all of our money back immediately.
And how do you make like the right funnel? I'm just a bit off topic to the DJ industry, but how do you make the right funnel and know like what I think grabs people's attention, or what type of words will cause people to click or continue?
Yeah, the best thing you can do is to find, and Russell Brunson talks about this in his book, Expert Secrets, you really need to find another funnel that you can model. And that's really the best piece of advice that I learned on this subject. Find something that's already working and then model it for your business. So, for example, if you had a software business, you could research Crate Hackers funnel and set up a similar funnel to what is working for Crate Hackers, but for your software business. Now, I'm not saying don't copy every single word, don't rip off our idea, but model it, right? Model the pages, how they look. If I have a video on my page, you should have a video on your page. Things like that. Yeah. If pictures are worth 1,000 words, videos are worth 1 billion words. And that's really the only way that you can kind of communicate things these days is in video format. If you think about TikTok, There's no images on TikTok. It's all video. If you think about Instagram Reels, right, it's all videos. Video is incredibly important, and it gives you a really good chance to sell whatever it is you're selling by explaining it to them.
And nowadays, though, the attention span, especially of like Gen Z, is very low. I read that it's up to, I think, 1 second. So you have to, I guess, make clips and changes like after every 1 or 2 seconds. How is that? Like, how do people do that and make such a good videos and try to sell them?
I'm glad you asked me about that. That is where the art of grabbing attention comes into play. And for ads to work, right? And another great book that I would recommend if people want to learn about ads or creating videos that grab attention, I would read Alex Hormozi, $100 Million Leads. He really covers how to grab people's attention in an ad video. Malina, I'm going to try to show you one of our best performing ads right now. Okay. And it is a rap video ad. So we were just talking earlier before we came on air that me and you love rap. And so I found a rapper who makes these songs, these jingles, if you will, that help sell our software. And then they're some of our best performing ads. And this is just an example of how to be creative in the marketplace and how you can win by doing and being creative. I want to make sure you guys can hear this video because the song is kind of a banger. And I'm going to show you an example of a video that we made for my wedding DJ company. Mm-hmm. All right, here we go.
It's grooms, you brides, grooms, you can't take a chance of having a DJ ruin your first dance. I've seen it firsthand. He played the wrong song, then he drank too much and started hitting on the moms. Oh yeah, it could happen, but when you hire us, you'll get the best celebration you could imagine. This is the last thing you want to stress about. Get the best Pirone Entertainment. Check us out. We'll make sure your wedding's not a hot mess. We'll guide you through it. We got a whole process handling the planning, and we never miss a note. Click the link, check our availability, get it quote.
There's the link that you could click. There it is, so go and click that link right there. There's the link made for clicking, and it looks so tempting. You should go ahead and click that link right there.
The best ad I think I've ever seen in my life.
Right.
Wow.
And guess what? People know they hate boring ads and they like fun ads. Mm-hmm. So one of the things that I saw, you sent me an awesome song that you made with using Suno AI. And hey, you can use a tool like that to create a rap video ad for your necklace brand, your DJ brand, your whatever brand that you guys have. It's a really good way to stand out in the market, and people like when they see creative ads, and they're way more likely to buy from you because they see you putting in the effort to be different. Does that make sense? And that's why these ads are some of our best. I'll try to show you guys one more if that's cool.
Yeah. No, that was a really cool ad, though. It was very creative.
Thank you. Yeah, kind of the guy that made that is just super, super duper talented. Okay, here we go. Shout out Evan the Song Guy. Evan the Song Guy. He's the guy that made these rap songs for us.
You don't want to be part of the 90%. Wishing you spent more on wedding entertainment.
Oh man, what a shame. Promise that you don't want to feel that way. So please don't lowball your celebration. It's your special day. Do it right with Pirone Entertainment. Cause you deserve the best of the best. Elevating the night that you'll never forget. Yes, you've earned this next level service. We'll make it more than memorable. We gon' make it perfect.
Come on. You don't want to be part of the 90%. Wishing you spent more on wedding entertainment. No, you don't want to be part of that 90%. Oh no, so go Pirone Entertainment.
Wow, these are very creative.
Thank you. Yeah.
They're very creative. They can catch anyone's attention in under like a second.
Right? Yeah. Imagine you're scrolling on Facebook or Instagram and then you see something like that. It's like, okay, I kind of like these guys, right? Creative way of getting my attention. And music is a great way to do that, right? Most reels and videos that we see are just people talking, boring, right? So if you can use music in a creative way, that is a great way to capture people's attention and to communicate, right? Music is the universal language, and it's going to communicate your brand.
Yeah, that's really, really cool. And then now we're getting into the side careers a little bit more. If you had to start a side career from scratch that is not in the DJ business, what are the steps you would take to make it profitable? I know I'm making this hard for you on the spot.
Yeah. It's a great question. So here's what I would do. I would, right now, let me give you an example. I'm really into pickleball right now as an example. So let's just say that I wanted to start something in the pickleball industry because I love it. I love playing. I play a few times a week. Let's say I want to start some kind of business in the pickleball world, right? Now, the first thing I'm doing is I'm thinking about all of the problems that I have when it comes to pickleball. After I play pickleball, I am sore. So soreness, some sort of solution to soreness could be really cool, right? Or let's say a bandage of some kind that I could wrap around my knees or my ankles that are designed for pickleball. Maybe that's it. I don't know. Maybe it's a supplement I can take after playing pickleball to help with soreness. Maybe it's I don't know, a magnesium drink. Maybe it's a tea. Maybe it's some sort of solution to soreness after pickleball, because a lot of older people play pickleball. A lot of younger people play pickleball, but the older people have that pain afterwards, right? So that is an opportunity. The other thing that I would do is I am huge on something called surveys, right? So when I go out, I have all kinds of friends I play pickleball with, and I would start asking them questions, surveying, what are your problems when it comes to pickleball, right? Do you like this paddle? Are the paddles too expensive? Shoes, tell me about your shoes, right? Maybe shoes are a problem for pickleball people. Maybe their feet are sore after playing pickleball and you can create a more padded shoe. The point is, I would dive into a market or an industry or something that I'm passionate about. And I would start making notes and thinking through like all the different problems that I have when it comes to this, right? It could be anything from experiencing pain after pickleball to I just lost a match and I keep hitting the ball very badly, right? There's solutions to that I could create, courses and things to solve that. I could be a pickleball coach to people who are beginners. I could sell pickleball balls because I always play with pickleballs and then I forget them at the court. I always need to buy more balls. But I would also survey the people that are playing and try to understand their problems and find one big problem that keeps coming up over and over and over again and solve that. And if you solve that big problem, that will be a profitable business.
Okay. And what if you want to create something that is not really heard of before, but it's similar to something else? And you want to survey others, but you don't want to give away your idea because you don't want someone else to take it. How do you do it in such a discreet way?
That's a good question. So I like to survey people using just online questionnaires as an example. And you don't have to tell them about your idea. I just like to ask DJs for an example. What are your goals with DJing? What are your goals? What are your barriers to growing your DJ business? I love to ask them about, how many weddings are they doing per year? How many weddings would they like to get up to? Why aren't they getting more weddings? And things like that. And they'll start coughing up all sorts of stuff, right? They don't know my solution to the problem, but they start telling me, oh, it's really hard to find a website designer. They're very expensive. Oh, I'm terrible at social media. Oh, I'm terrible at this. I'm terrible at that. Well, guess what? I've got some rap videos I can sell you for your wedding DJ business, and I'll teach you how to run ads for your wedding DJ business. And just by selling those wedding videos I was showing, or that rap video I was showing you, we've already made $10,000 in the last month just selling people those songs. We created 3 songs, rap songs, and when people pay us $1,000, we customize them to their wedding DJ brand. But it's the same songs over and over again. Right? But I figured it out by surveying people. I found out they're having trouble creating video content. Well, we'll create the video content for you. Boom, done. Right? Does that make sense? Does that answer your question?
Yeah. No, yeah, that definitely does. But then so now let's just say obviously it took time for you to get to where you are today because nothing happens overnight. But how did you handle both doubt and rejections?
Oh, great question. That is part of the game. It's always a work in progress. You're always going to run into rejections, barriers, issues, things like that. People not wanting your product, people trashing you in the comments. It's just part of the game. You have to have a thick skin to be in the business world. So I just learned to power through it and realize that, let's say somebody hates on one of my ads, right? It says it's corny, cheesy, whatever. I just think about all of our happy, we have 6,000, almost 6,000 paying members for
Wow.
Crate Hackers. They love our ads. The people who matter love what we're doing. I'm going to listen to those people way more than the people rejecting us, criticizing us. They're not your customers, never will be your customers. And guess what? People who you're going to get haters by doing ads, videos. It's just part of the game. And it's always people who wish they were doing what you're doing. They're just jealous that they don't have the ability to do what you're doing, to be a creator, to put yourself out there. They really are the scared ones. And I've met quite a few of them, and it's always the same. They're always just secretly jealous of what you're doing and getting after it when they can't. Focus on the positive, focus on the people who matter, right? Your happy customers who love you. Don't focus on the negative, and just realize some people are never going to be sold. They're never going to buy your product, and that's okay. There's millions more out there that will and will love what you're doing. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, then I guess we're going to get into the mystery question.
Awesome. Let's do it. I'm excited.
The question is, if you could be any vegetable, what would you be and why?
Oh, I love that question. Oh, let me think about this. One of the first things I thought of was, I don't think it's a vegetable. I think it's a fruit. Avocado was the first thing that came to mind, but I'm pretty sure that's a fruit. That's a bad answer.
That's a
Second
fruit.
thing I thought of was Brussels sprouts. Brussels sprouts are very commonly overlooked. Kids generally don't like them. As you get older, you start to fall in love with Brussels sprouts. I don't know why. But Brussels sprouts are amazing because you can steam them, you can bake them, you can fry them, and there's all sorts of really good things that you can put on top of them to make them taste really good. And I don't know why I would want to be a Brussels sprout. I just love Brussels sprouts.
That's not the answer I was expecting. I was thinking
they're also
Brussels sprouts. Okay.
They're a tough vegetable too. They last for a long time. So I think it's a part of the being tough.
Yeah, no, I don't like vegetables in general, and I especially do not like Brussels sprouts. I just think
yeah.
Broccoli is okay though. I'm like one of those weird kids who actually likes broccoli.
I almost said broccoli. Broccoli's great. It's just it's a pretty popular vegetable.
Yeah. And
the other thing I would say, I'm a big. We were talking about K-pop earlier. I love kimchi, which is basically cabbage. Maybe that's the other. It's a very boring answer, but cabbage is delicious.
I have been wanting to try that. I'm definitely going to try it someday. I've heard it's really
highly recommend. Good. Some really good Korean kimchi, which is basically fermented cabbage. Oh, it's so good, tasty, and it's good for your stomach, your gut, everything.
Yeah, I'll definitely try that out. And I guess anyone else who wants kimchi can join me online.
Yeah, good luck. Required taste.
Yeah. And what would be your mystery question for the next guest? It could be silly, it could be professional, or something deep as well.
Oh. What was the... I need a good one. What is the craziest thing you would like to do, like skydiving or something like that? But
the craziest thing you'd
like like what's the craziest thing that you want to do someday, but you're like kind of nervous about it, but you really want to do this thing, like as an example, skydiving or learning to kite surf or something like that.
Okay, what is yours?
I would like to skydive, actually.
Skydive?
I've done indoor skydiving. That was pretty cool. Now I just need to get up the courage and jump out of a plane. I'm about to turn 40 years old in January, so maybe I'll do it for my 40th. I don't know. We'll see.
That sounds like fun. My aunt went for her honeymoon. She went skydiving with her husband, and her husband hates heights, so it was terrifying for him. Not something I want to do. It looks fun, but it's not something I want to ever do, though.
A nice husband. Very nice.
Yeah. And they just got married as well, so that's a lot of trust.
Yeah, that's awesome. Wow. Sheesh.
Yeah. And then now we're going to get into the Would You Rather session. There's going to be 3 questions, and we're going to see how fast you can answer them.
Perfect.
So, would you rather be chased by 100 cabbages rolling towards you like bowling balls, or a single angry broccoli with nunchucks?
I'm going broccoli. Cabbages are heavy. unforgiving vegetables. So I think that would wreck me. With the broccoli and some nunchucks, it's very short, very small. Just kick it.
Or you can just grab it and eat it up. So that works as well.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Probably
Then would you
spicy broccoli. Okay.
Yeah. Would you rather DJ a set where the crowd is 1,000 rubber chickens screaming at once, or 200 carrots booing in like perfect harmony?
Ooh. Number one. That's going to be, first of all, that's going to be good video content. You never want booing when you're DJing. So I'll take the first option. Yeah.
Okay. And now the last one. Would you rather every time you play a song, a giant cucumber appears in the crowd and starts singing off key the whole time, or a pumpkin with glasses that tries to trip you on stage?
Oh, I hate singing that's bad. So I'm gonna go with the pumpkin because he'll try to trip me a couple times, and then I'll be like, dude, what are you doing? And then we'll be friends, and then we'll just go around tripping other people. I don't know. Not at the wedding. Outside the wedding.
Okay. Well, that's the end of our session. This was like such a fun conversation. I learned so much from you, and I hope that our viewers did as well. To anyone that is watching, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications. You don't want to miss any other episodes. And comment down below what vegetable you would be if you had the choice.
Love to know.
Today's episode is brought to you by Crate Hackers, the DJ's secret weapon for organizing music instantly and building performance-ready crates so that you can spend less time preparing and more time owning the stage.